Off the bing bing. Whoa! Hello everybody, welcome to Blocktalk. I'm Freddie, and this is
Alex Sturck. Hey, what's up?
Hey, yeah. What is up, Alex? How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, it's a beautiful weekend.
Yeah.
We had some fun last night at a live show, and
Oh yeah, Mother Up Duff?
yeah, they're really good. So when I finally get this intro figured out that we're gonna play for every show, their music's gonna be featured in it.
Yeah.
They're
So
bomb.
we're just gonna say a quick word about our sponsors. Our lead sponsor is Quadrica CX, Canada's best Bitcoin trading platform. It looks like the last trade was around $363.29. The lowest today was around $360. The high today around $370 Canadian, and the volume moderate 247 coins at midday. Our other sponsor is a lovely wallet that just received a good chunk of financing, Airbits. It's a very, very good-looking wallet. It's highly functional, and you can do things like invoice people through it and find out where to spend your Bitcoin. Okay, love the people at Airbits. Thank you, Airbits, for being such a great sponsor. And now we're back to us.
All right. So Freddie, we actually got some new sponsors for Blocktalk itself.
We did?
Yeah, and we're super excited to talk about them.
Nice.
The first, well, I'll share my screen this time.
Whoa, share your screen.
Okay. So, first of all, we're on Bitcoin block 365,911.
Wow.
So yeah, about 1,000 blocks from our last one. We're getting real close to that quarterly mark. Yeah, beautiful. Anyways, our first new sponsor. So normally I probably would not get sponsorship from coins, but anyone in the community who knows about Jumbucks knows what a stellar crew they are. Julian, Takashi, yeah, they are really something else. So their website, Get Jumbucks, here you can see a lot of their what they're all about. It was a great fair launch. It was a coin developed for the community, and it probably has the best distribution out of any coin I've ever seen. Largest wallet being like 15%, and the majority of them are less than 5%.
Wow.
Yeah, it is super cool. So I'm glad we got their sponsorship. They're taking care of us and buying us some beers every show now. So
really?
Anyone in the room here, yeah, we can get some free beers for you guys. Once we get going here, I'll send some to the machine.
Oh, beautiful. So basically what's going to happen is, Alex, what you're saying is that it looks like Jumbucks is anybody that comes and sits in on a live show is going to get a beer.
Yes. That's correct.
That's a great sponsorship.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, right?
Thank you, Jumbucks. That's so cool.
And they're also going to help out with some of the costs for doing publishing to Alexandria. So we had Blocktalk on not too long ago. And,
yeah.
We're going to get on their platform because if anyone who's booted up Alexandria yet, you notice the podcast one is empty. So we're going to take that over.
We are?
Yeah, we're totally going to.
Dude, this is so good.
Oh, yeah.
This is so good. Alex has been killing it this week. We had a very good week.
Well, and I'm only half done, Freddie. I only talked about one of our sponsors.
Oh.
So if we go back
to there's more.
So if we go back to my screen here, I'll show you guys the QR code for the beer machine. If you want to send us $3 Canadian for a beer and help us out, get a shit face, this is the address. So our other sponsor is Coinigy. Coinigy is a beautiful charting program and social media type aspect of trading, which lets you link all of your accounts to one trading engine and use their API.
Wow.
So this is still in development, but they definitely wanted to be part of Blocktalk and get in while the getting's good.
Good.
And you can see here now our price bets every week are going to get very cool because we can actually draw these and load them up later. So this little line here, this was when our last trade executed, and let's see here, we were at about 280, 281. And if I go back to our tweet here for who had the price bets, and he's actually in the room here, Darren.
Oh, did Darren win?
Yeah, geez, I didn't have the tweet loaded up. Anyways, we'll go back here for a sec. So Darren won the price bet because he's the boss, this guy right here. He knew exactly what he was doing.
That's awesome.
Not only did he guess correctly on Bitcoin, he guessed correctly on
Litecoin?
Litecoin as well. So yeah,
it's our first week not doing betting for money, and you win. Congratulations.
Yeah, you win the double down.
That's amazing. Actually.
So yeah, so not to get too off track here, Coinigy is our sponsor, and yeah, if you want to support the show, you can sign up for their service and do a referral program to credit us with some
is it the link there?
Cash monies. So
you tweet the link?
Yeah, I'll tweet the link. It's actually in the description below on the YouTube. But if you go to your settings here, and then under the settings, you go to referral program, you can see there's a redeem here. So he literally just set this up for us yesterday, and we're cool. So the referral code is you go to Coinigy.com/Blocktalk.
Oh, that's cool.
They gave us that URL, and you'll see here's our referral code at the top.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, you punch that in, and you guys will support the show. And there's plenty more to come with Coinigy.
Yeah, that's good.
We don't want to pop our sponsor cherry too soon and get too excited. So
they've got more in line for our viewers.
Yeah,
it's
so
pretty fucking cool.
Block Talkers, you guys are you're going to be getting some cool presents soon.
Yeah. So let's introduce our special guest today. We got this gentleman, Jonathan. Jonathan, can you hear us?
Hey. I'm signed up for Coinigy right now.
Okay, so we'll introduce you in a second. We'll go back to Ethan then. Ethan, you're back. Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's a bit of a thunderstorm or something happening behind you. What's going on?
Yeah, it's our first thunderstorm in Southern California in years, I think.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have you back on the show, Ethan. You're a cool dude, and we love the passion.
Yeah.
So the reason we have Jonathan on the show was to talk a bit more about some Next assets and SuperNet assets. So, Jonathan, tell us about your asset that you developed.
Oh, yeah.
My asset is called Liquid. I started it, at least I developed the business plan in February and launched it in March. And it is market making, arbitraging software that I just need to raise funds to do the trading. It's actually interesting. I was looking at Coinigy. I didn't know about it. I'm actually going to sign up because it looks like they offer an API to all the exchanges, which is really cool because developing software to connect to each one of the exchanges they're trading is a lot of work. So, but yeah, no, I've been in the Next community for more than a year now, and you just sort of learn every day. After finding Bitcoin, which was amazing, then I'm always like, what else is out there? So Next is really cool. I hope that it will run in tangent to Bitcoin. And there's a lot of good businesses doing stuff on it. My asset Liquid is also sort of a catch-all for some forex trading too. So that's sort of a side note. But that's a cool way that we're actually bringing some a little bit of fiat into crypto on a weekly basis. So.
Let's see if we can find it.
Yeah, I'm going to look up Next right here.
Screen, yeah.
So, is it on any exchanges right now?
NXT is traded on some of the big ones, Cryptsy.
But Liquid is only traded on NXT.
Yeah, Liquid is just Poloniex has a BTC Liquid pair. But I don't push it because most of the investors are investing in Next because I pay out dividends in Next. So
yeah, look at the price difference between Polo and Next. It's like $1.50. So there's definitely some liquidity or arbitrage issues there.
Yeah, sort of ironic. The only reason that the Polo was set up to begin was just to get initial investment. There's a lot of Next assets that trade on Poloniex, but their spread is it's not something you'd actually want to trade. So most of the action's on the asset exchange, which is just fantastic because then you don't have to trade on exchange, which is really nice.
Yeah. So actually, when I was talking to William, the president of Coinigy, about a market that might have been missing, the only one I think I found missing from their massive library here was Master Exchange, but there's like less than a Bitcoin of volume there now, it seems. So I don't really care anymore. But what the other thing he was mentioning was when we were talking about the Next show, they're going to actually start running a Next node and pulling all that data to put into the Coinigy platform and use the API. So now the decentralized asset exchange Next, you'll be able to use from Coinigy.
That's awesome. That makes my life a lot easier. That's for sure. I don't know if I'll probably keep running a couple of my own nodes, but yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. I'll have to look into that too.
Yeah, really excited for future developments with Coinigy, and yeah, we'll see where that goes for us here. But let's get into, I guess, a couple questions I had for you. Maybe you can give me some insight into. You might have a bit more Next and SuperNet knowledge than I do. So the history of it was the next organization was kind of one blockchain that a bunch of coin developers decided to burn their own coins and implement them into just one blockchain. Is that correct?
Jeez, you're getting good questions here. I'm gonna backtrack. So I'm not sure why you're saying one blockchain. I mean, the next blockchain is the next blockchain, right? Why? What do you mean by multiple blockchains?
Well, like, because there was coins like was Liquid ever an asset off the blockchain? Because I know there was a couple other coins that existed separate from Next, but I think they destroyed.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like Cia Note, for example. The latest one is Cia Note, right? It was traded on as an asset for a while now. Its own coin. Is that what you're referring to? Liquid never was. Liquid's just an asset. It's just like a stock. Liquid is purely like a stock. Most of the assets on Next are just like stocks. Very few of them have that cross-blockchain concept that you're talking about. It's only traded on Polo so people can invest in it on Poloniex. It's not actually a coin in itself. You've got Cia Note, you've got or Cia now. I'm trying to think. And NEM, right? XEM on Poloniex. That used to be an asset. So it's great for starting projects, starting coin projects that then become their own coins. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's mainly used for that. Although we'd have to figure out what our criteria for mainly was. But Liquid has never been a coin. Basically, it's like buying a stock, and you receive dividends. You receive ownership in the company if you buy it. If you go to liquidtech.info is my website, you can see sort of how the company is doing. I track value in BTC and in NXT. A lot of the pair trading I do is on BTC pairs. So it's very little to do with the blockchain. So, I know the Blocktalk, right? The point of the show. I trade blockchain. I play BTC pairs. Other than that, I don't know.
Cool.
So is Liquid similar like what Archcoin's supposed to be?
No, it's not a coin at all. Liquid is not a coin. It's just almost like colored coins, right? It's just an asset on top of it, but it's not. It's not like did Alex talk about the NXT monetary system last time, DMS?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about dividends because it is like a stock market where you can receive dividends based on your shareholdings.
Yeah, that's actually one of the big things that NXT does really well, is allows you to do that. So it's very easy for me to report profits, and I open up an NXT wallet, I click in 3 different spots for an amount, and it just automatically proportions out the dividends to whoever owns the asset, just like that. So that's really fantastic. So every month I pay out dividends. I put in the amount of profit that we made, and it calculates, what their share is and how much they get automatically. That's a huge thing about the asset exchange, and not very many other coins. I haven't tried to do it though. I know that there's a few others that also have that functionality, but Next does the best from what I can tell.
So I got a question here from the Jumbucks Slack, and if you guys want to join, the link is below at slack.getjumbucks.com, and you can join the Blocktalk channel where we kind of talk about what we want to talk about today. Anyways, Finer9 has got a question for you. He said, last time I looked at Liquid, the returns seemed a little low relative to potential crypto risk. How are returns lately?
Yeah, it's a great question. I grill other asset holders on that too, because anytime you're giving your money to somebody in the crypto worlds, you're just like hoping you're gonna get something back because it's just so fraught with fraud and people that don't know what to do with money. So I feel like it's decent. It's been about 18 to 20% APR. The price keeps going up, so obviously when I first IPO'd, I IPO'd at 100, which is 100x, which is next about 1.4 cents, so it's about $1.40 then. Now it's about 300x, so it's about $4-ish. So if it was still at that 100 NFT price, then returns would be 3 times what they are now. So the market's sort of valued around 20% APR. I'm one of the few NXT assets that is transparent with where my money is. So if you go to my website on liquidtech.info/balances, that is a live page, and it completely calculates the value. There you go. there's a live page that shows you everything I'm holding and the addresses that's actually located at. And you can actually click on, some of those are links to the actual blockchain sites, where you can see in and outs and stuff like that. Now, you could try to sort of put it together and sort of as a reasonable attempt to see like how legitimate. The point is so people don't think I'm just making stuff up. Eventually, I will be, probably in the next 6 months, I'll actually providing read-only API keys, so my investors can actually verify that the trades that I'm actually doing after they're done. The real issue is making sure it only happens after the trade is done. If you click on the trades page, at the top there, you can also see, you know, every 5 minutes it updates, and you can actually see the trades that I've done, all the profit calculations, and then sometimes if you scroll down, there are negative trades, you know, because I try not to hide anything. If anyone ever tells you, what's that?
Here, yeah, 20,000 next. Damn, that was a good FX trade.
So you're
so that's actually my Forex trader. So that's actually really great. So my Forex trader, when he makes, you know, a couple $100 on a trade or $1,000 on a trade, he stores that up, and then if every once in a while we actually are purchasing Bitcoin, you know, and then convert it to an NXT or hold Bitcoin depending on what I need. So that's money that's come out of the Forex community into crypto, which is awesome.
So Jonathan, you're basically he's basically a fund manager.
Yeah, Next I think allows people to kind of be brokers in a way, but it's more of a stock-based kind of thing, right?
It's that's very insightful. I try not to say I am a fund manager because the software is market making, so it's waiting for orders, it's completing both sides of orders, providing liquidity to the system. Obviously, I take profit on top of that. But I have to decide which coins. So if you go back to the balances page, I'm still deciding entry and exit points. You know, when am I going to get into LTC? When am I going to get out of LTC? How much LTC am I going to hold? That insane pump last week on LTC, right? If I've got 500 LTC that have suddenly tripled in price, I probably don't need that much to market make it. So I sold, you know, at between 2 and 2 million satoshis. Let it ride back down and sort of refill as I feel like I need to refill again. So I'm doing a little bit of that because I have to trade something, you have to own it. So I certainly have to get in at some point in time, and then I am always trying to sort of keep it balanced. It's like the fund management stuff. I'm trying to keep my portfolio balanced so I'm not too heavy in a lot of areas. If you were to graph out sort of my balances, it would be very similar to like a jerky graph, like up and down, and so slowly goes up because every time I make a trade, I make a little bit, right? So as long as all these coins maintain some value relative to Bitcoin, then it grows.
Okay, Jonathan, questions. I'm going to start asking questions now. So you're basically saying, just to dumb it down for everybody that's not totally, doesn't get it all, to dumb it down, you're basically a fund manager, and if I want to invest in your fund, I buy liquid. Is that what I do?
Yeah, you buy the liquid.
I buy liquid, and then in order for me to, and as he trades it,
then you get dividends.
I get dividends. And how do you, what's your profit? Do you take 10% or 15% of the
gross? So, yeah, go to the easiest way to answer that question is just go to the summary page on my website.
I hear that, and we're going to do that, but this is a show, and the
okay,
viewers,
all right.
yeah, and the viewers want to understand in a show format what you do, you know. So we'll look at the page, but I want to hear it from you because you're the CEO of this fund, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And you're the fund manager. We want to hear from you. So you take what do you do? Tell us what you do here.
Yes, if you want a slice of profit from this company, you would purchase liquid. You trade your Next for liquid using the Next wallet on the asset exchange, or you would trade it for Bitcoin on Poloniex. And once you own it, every month you receive a share of the profits in NXT.
Okay, and can you summarize what your last few months have been like for return? Do you feel like letting us know how you've been?
Sure. So the returns, it's hard to answer that question straightforward because I sort of measure return based on what the current price is. So if you look at a more fair number, probably is the as the ROI column, which is basically on capital. So last month I did 12% on capital, and then month before was 13% on capital, and then month before was 7.5%. So I'm averaging about 10% return on the capital. You're not getting that because the share price is higher. If you were to buy the share at a lower share price, you would therefore obviously get a higher return percentage-wise.
Right.
Cool.
So if I put in $10 and buy $10 worth of liquid, or $1,000, I'm just trying to make it simple.
Yeah.
If I put $1,000 and
Sure.
buy $1,000 worth of liquid, I would receive what on June 1st? What would I receive? $6 and no.
You receive about 1.5% on your investment if you bought it at the current price. So if you bought $10, you get
right.
$10 on the $1,000.
15.3 cents.
Paid out next though.
Yeah.
Right.
But Next has been fairly steady pricing, but it actually went down a bit this week. I'll pull up the chart here while we're waiting, but.
I would say actually Next generally fluctuates between a penny and a penny and a half, for the last year or so, which is really solid. It's for traders, it's not like your wheelhouse for big swings, and obviously 50% in the world of Forex is absurd, but in a crypto, 50% spread is actually.
Can you have your can you have your dividends rolled back into liquid instead of Next? Or
most people I have some friends that invest. They just basically put a buy order out. It usually gets completed, if they do it somewhere near the average price. So if you get a couple of shares worth of Next, just put a buy on the asset exchange, and I'm sure someone will clear that for you in a day or two. There's no automatic way of doing that, though. Actually, that's an interesting question. I've had a few requests to do that.
So I got the chart pulled up, actually.
Oh, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, there's some really good volume here in the last a month or two. There's some serious buying going on, guys.
Yeah.
Is Coinity tracking the asset volume too, or is that just?
This is just Bittrex volume. So I think Bittrex is probably the highest trade. Yeah. But soon they'll have the next exchange. All their data is going to be on here. Probably in the next month or 2 months or 3. I don't know. I don't want to make promises for them. But they're working on that, and I think that's going to be phenomenal because my only issue with Next is there's almost too many options. There's 3 different HTML wallets. There's a couple SuperNet, and there's so many options for wallets to do the trading on it. But biggest thing is speed. I think Next kind of is more for the weekly and long-term trader, because when you place an order in Next, it takes a couple blocks to actually write that trade, because it's not like a central server where they're writing the ledger right as people are purchasing. This is not high-frequency trading that's happening on this exchange.
You're absolutely correct, and we're working on that in the community right now. Basically, because the blocks can be 5 seconds or can be 40 minutes, which is really tough. They're working on finishing that system, so they're more cleanly 30 seconds to a minute. There's also projects called Instant Dex that one of our top developers, James, is working on that is sort of going to be I think it's sort of an off-chainish kind of solution that will allow more real-time asset trading. But yeah, you're right. Trading assets on the wallet is not like trading on an exchange. That's for sure. It's sort of a set it and forget it, and I'll get back to it in a couple hours, see how it's going.
What's the average time per block that you work?
The average time's about a minute to a minute and a half, and the wallet actually shows a real-time calculation of the last, let's say, 120 blocks. But you do get weird stuff in there every once in a while where it can take a half an hour or 45 minutes, So sort of like when you send a Bitcoin to the blockchain and you don't put a high enough transaction fee in, 8 hours later, still has 0 comps.
Oh yeah, it's been ridiculous, especially the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Jonathan, what's your background, bro? Where do you come from, and what brought you here?
So I have a degree in computer science. I've been a nerd since nerddom, since I was able to be a nerd. I actually grew up in Oregon, and I'm in Maine right now, which is not exactly a tech haven, but it's beautiful in Maine, so I love it here. But no, so I got my degree. I've been doing web development for a long time. Last year, I discovered it sort of through the libertarian community, and technology is incredible. It was an easy fit for me, just because of a lot of different reasons, from technology to the potential to have a currency that can't be controlled by a single government. So, and just the simplicity of it all, yeah. I specifically sort of ended up in NXT because I really like the idea of a low inflation currency. I understand that Bitcoin isn't technically an inflation. I mean, it's inflationary right now in the mining aspect. And so NXT sort of had a fixed supply that I really liked, that I could sort of count on. And then the other stuff sort of added on to it.
Just some more detail for anyone who didn't catch that. The Next has, 100 million coins, and they're completely fee-based.
Yeah, just under, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no coins being generated every day. If anything, coins get burned or lost. But yeah, they're on a purely inflationary system right now. Like, that's how they've always been, I guess.
Yeah, it's flat, and you make when you connect your next NXT wallet, you're sort of like playing you're like playing a lottery essentially, and if you get lucky, then you can win the transaction fees. Every time you send something on the Next network, you have to pay a single Next as a transaction fee. They all get comboed into the block, and the block is processed, and if you connect at the right time and you win the lottery, if you have enough NXT to qualify you, then you can get that as a transaction fee. So I mean, you're not making big mining dollars like you can in Bitcoin per se. But also NXT doesn't have sort of the competitive network aspect. There's no arms race with NXT, you know, where you have to get faster and faster ASICs to compete. Where most like myself, I'm not running a 25 ASIC farm in my basement, so I'm not really able to compete in that area. At least with NXT, you can collect the coin, and you can get if you have a decent enough supply and your node's running all the time, you can get a little bit of a transaction fee no matter how fast your computer is. It's not a speed contest.
So it's like proof of stake.
What's that? It's like what?
Proof of stake?
Yes, exactly. It's proof of stake. I was trying to explain what proof of stake was in
Yeah. All good.
terms that everyone can understand.
One thing I love about it, the decentralized exchange, because in recent news we had the two different stock markets that were getting denial of service attacks, and even OKCoin was having denial of service attacks.
So they say.
That were conveniently timed with major market movements.
Yeah.
And I think that this 24-hour decentralized market is really powerful as a stark contrast to something like the New York Stock Exchange, where they say, oh, this is probably going to be a really bad day. I think we're going to close today, guys, and let's just ride this thing through.
Yeah, that's incredibly frustrating, and as a developer, as I'm constantly running my exchange software, even the crypto exchanges, like, you know, Cryptsy will go down for 3 hours, or Bittrex' API will break for an hour, and I'll log back on, and I'm like, what's going on? You know, I'm missing trades and things are going on. I have to take another hour to get everything back in sync again. So yeah, that decentralized aspect is very, very powerful. I think it'll continue to grow, and then also not even the whole aspect of, am I ever going to see my coin again if someone decides to run away with it?
Just leave it. Alex is cool.
There's actually a few exchanges like BTC38 that gets really good next volume on the next Chinese pair, but I'm just afraid of putting my coin on there and potentially not seeing it again, and having no outlet if they decide to run away with it. I was actually born in Southern California.
Really?
I was born in Orange County. Yeah.
Oh, so am I.
Where are you in Orange County right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents They grew up right outside of the NBC studios in Burbank there.
Oh, I'm in like sort of by Costa Mesa. I think it's down low.
Okay, I haven't been over there.
Uh,
Cool, man. Yeah. So I've come full circle from I'm 2,000 miles from you.
yeah, that's
I was like, if we were in Europe, you'd be like in Spain. I'd be like in Russia.
yeah. Crazy. What's the weather in Maine like?
Humid in the summer and balls cold in the winter, just like you'd expect. We don't.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it's usually it's something to get used to. I try to leave, at least a couple weeks here and there in the winter time because they're long winters. But at the same time, I'm at my desk most of my life anyway, so I just look outside and go, yeah, it's still snowing. Get back to work again.
Yeah, we get maybe 3 rainy days a year down here, and the last thunderstorm was I can't even remember. So it's pretty polar opposites.
Yeah, you guys don't get a lot of rain either.
No, we're in a serious drought right now actually. So no, we need rain. So I'm actually happy about this, but
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So what exchanges do you trade on?
I don't really do alts right now, so I just use OKCoin, and I'm just crossing my fingers that they don't run away or go insolvent any day soon.
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's sketchy stuff.
But there's tons of action, so that's why you justify it, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's the potential risk reward is it's high enough at the point that I can just justify staying on there.
Do you try to pull out your profits right away so that you at least have something to say at the end of the day if they take the rest?
Yeah, when I do make profits, I try and stash them, but no, I stash them on Coinbase though. So I don't really use offline wallets just because I don't have much that I'm working with. So it's mostly just exchanges. And if it does
I know they're
off,
the boost. So tell me, okay, what happened with BTCE? Was that about 12 hours ago? 8 hours ago? Why did it just unload down to 150? Did you see that?
Wait, what? Well, let me check back out.
Some friend of mine said someone fat fingered it down to 150 on BTCE, but I don't know what happened there.
Oh my god, it did. Yeah, it did.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah, you can.
That's a wicked echo, but yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, it did. I'm looking at it. Let me share my screen actually. That's insane.
I don't think OKCoin showed that, so I was curious as to.
All right, here we go. We're back up again. Okay, we had a very bad technical difficulty.
First, it wasn't bad. It was just an inconvenience.
Yeah, but it was me fucking. The projector died, and then I unplugged the microphone trying to fix it. So yeah, we're on the other screen now, so I think we're good. But we're good to go. I hope everyone can hear me fine at home. So you guys are talking briefly there about OKCoin and their shiftiness.
Yeah.
So that's one thing in the news this week was, Freddie, if you could share my screen, please.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm looking here at their Litecoin thing. So they basically had a margin call loss, so their order didn't execute properly. So they had a loss of about 1,200 Litecoin, which is...
Whoa, that's 54% clawbacks?
Yeah, man.
That's insane.
It's basically they said we fucked up and we're gonna take some of the insurance money we've been collecting for the last two months or 3 months and pay ourselves. So yeah, they did a 54% clawback.
That's over half of everybody's profits. That is ridiculous.
I know, man. This is I have a hard time using Litecoin anymore or
yeah.
and OKCoin because there's definitely their market manipulation and now they're using denial of service as an excuse to kind of say, oh shit, shit's fucking up and yeah.
If you look up the insurance, you can see that half of the Bitcoin insurance got drained this week too. So we don't have much left until Bitcoin gets insane clawbacks.
Now let's take a look at some of those liquidations. It's always kind of fun to see how badly people get wrecked. When it's
Ethan, what would you switch to if you thought OKCoin was too risky? What exchange would you move over to?
I have a hard time saying that I would go to 796, but they have high leverage.
796?
Yeah, it's 796.com. It's another like sketchy Chinese exchange. So
You don't
I
trade on
don't
Bittrex?
know. I'm sorry.
You don't trade on Bittrex?
I don't do alts. So,
I mean, I'm sorry, Phoenix. I meant Phoenix.
I used to. I would go to Kraken actually if OKCoin shut down, because I don't think I would actually go to
Phoenix though. What's wrong with Phoenix? What don't they have?
I don't know. They got. No, was it Stamp? I think something happened with Finex. There was like some sketchiness a little while ago. I mean, I would trust it well enough. I trust it well enough.
Phoenix right now. Huh.
They've been having issues with their Alpha Point implementation, so they've been having some problems and some order issues. But Polo has Litecoin and a whole bunch of other markets that you can margin trade. They don't have like Bitcoin USD as far as I know.
Polo's USD. They do Tether. You can do, which is what I do. I market make across Phoenix and Poloniex, but it's like it's pennies. Not something that you can be interested in. Making 14 pennies a day.
Well, I think if you're a really safe trader, like OKCoin could work if you have like massive margins and like you're not dealing with a lot of risk. But like as soon as you like get within their risk threshold, they're taking advantage of it. Like I feel like there's been times when I got liquidated and it was literally to my dollar amount that I got liquidated. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Are they coming after me? Like,
wow.
I would go with Kraken.
Oh man.
I mean, they're verified and they're like probably one of the only trustworthy exchanges. I think they're the only exchange that's had like a public audit. Besides like Blue Law or something.
Yeah, I heard about that. No, you're right. Yeah, that was nice. That's one of the things that I always try to encourage everyone. Like, what's so cool about crypto is it's so easy to prove that you have what you say that you have. So if someone's not doing that, you gotta
raise red flags. Yeah.
All right. So one last question I had for you was on: do you know like what sort of benefits are there to the Next ecosystem and SuperNet versus something like Counterparty and Mastercoin and some of these other colored coins?
Yeah. I should probably look into those more to answer your question thoroughly. I just sort of stopped at Next. It was great. I don't know how Counterparty handles their assets and stuff like that. So I can only speak to what I use NXT for. And
no, well that's fine. I hear Next is very addictive. Like and from personal experience, I can say it is because well, I'm sure if everyone out here tweets Gambler and say, hey, give me some Next, he'll probably do it. Really? Yeah, they'll throw out maybe 100 Next to whoever asked for it. Like
the reason NXT assets are so addictive is because you can make. It's like that fourth level, right? So we're all we're all into Bitcoin because we believe in it. I'm assuming everyone here believes in the technology, but we also want to make some money off of it. And so you can level up if you're NXT. The success of altcoins are going to be tied a lot to the success of Bitcoin, unless one of them has some amazing standing out thing, right? So they're going to come in as a wave too. And so with the next asset, it's like your fourth level of sort of exponential growth. So you can have NXT, which is probably going to grow off of Bitcoin, which is probably going to grow, and then you get that extra level. If you get a company in NXT, it's going to grow. You're going to get 4x as opposed to 2 or 3x off of just the coin. So that's why they're so great. So you get the dividends. If you have liquid, you're probably going to get sort of about a 20% APR a year. So you're going to get 2% a month compounded, which on top of everything else that you're going to get. So if Next goes up in value, then you get that much more. That's why they're addictive.
I love Next for that because it is that compounding interest. Well, and that's why I like altcoins too, because you can make money while you're making money. When the Bitcoin price goes up and then your altcoin price also goes up, like you just really good day.
It's Christmas. It's like when MinPal was trading massively last year, from Christmas to like a nightmare, but while it was happening, it was damn fun.
Also really easy to lose money while you're losing money too, so.
Yeah. Shh, don't tell anybody.
It's like 40x leverage.
Yes, yeah.
So
yeah,
Ethan,
what's your...
sorry,
Right.
Ethan, do you do a lot of trading still? Like, are you active? Is he a super active trader?
I try and be active. I have an internship from like Monday to Thursday that takes up most of like my daytime time. So
Yeah.
I'll trade in the afternoons and like nighttime then. And I have Fridays through Sunday to trade. So I do whenever I can.
And how's it going for you these days?
Good. Let's take that off the screen though. It's good though. It's good.
Yeah, don't worry. It's just you on the screen.
Nobody can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at this.
That's an awesome picture.
There's a picture of Ethan with it looks like he just got margin called.
Yeah. You just lost about $100,000 there.
Oh man, yeah. That's
so
funny.
good. That's a good shot. Ethan, you should be proud of that shot. It's actually really, really good.
The profile pic right there.
Really funny.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Ethan. Okay, so you've been mostly trading Bitcoin futures, haven't you?
Yeah, on OKCoin.
Yeah, and a little bit of forex. Are you on one broker or what?
I had to actually stop Forex because it was conflicting like almost perfectly with my internship. But yeah, I was using one broker.
Yeah, you and I on the West Coast here, Forex is kind of tough because
It opens there. Yeah.
the Europeans, you guys get to have all the fun with Forex. This is horseshit.
Yeah.
But we could trade some of the Aussie pairs. One thing I tweeted out earlier this week, or maybe I said it in like the Arch Slack, was Google earnings was coming out
Big time.
big time, and I really wish I was on one
Yeah.
longing some Google stock because they basically got like 60 billion added to their stock portfolio,
Yeah.
and like one day they went up a lot. So I don't know what they acquired or what their earnings were, or what the news.
Oh, yeah. It was like an alt movement.
Yeah, Darren's just saying their earnings were way better than expected, so that's part of the reason why. So I don't know if there's any other news you guys want to mention here, but we could probably start getting into price bets. Price predictions, sorry, for next week.
Yeah.
And we'll do it on Coinigy, and it'll be looking all pretty and stuff.
Let's take a look at what we got. What's this one here? Bitcoin and US dollars.
Yeah.
I think it looks like we're in a negative movement here.
Let me load up one of my charts that I actually did on OKCoin on Coinigy here, because I think we're going through some pretty cool symmetry right now. Loading. So what I like about Coinigy is you can actually like trace an area of a chart and like flip it. So here I just flipped.
I saw that post. Yeah.
And you can see we're like literally doing a mirror pattern. So
Wow.
we might get like maybe a false moon attack here, and then we're just gonna keep going down. Maybe we'll have another Greece moment before we just crash and burn, maybe with like the block size debate, and then we'll go to the moon. We'll start doing the.
I think another thing that's really affecting things is the general like mood of what's going on with like I don't know if you guys experienced it, but the whole network is so slow right now, and that my fees went up like to send to the cooler. Like I'm paying 0.000004 now to move money around, and that was like 14 cents to send $3. And I was like, that's a bit steep now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot. There are a few things here, man, that are kind of like, you know, not looking so fundamentally awesome about Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's why I think Litecoin did a cool pump.
What's the cause of that? Does anyone know?
But the Bitcoin thing?
Yeah, like slow transactions and like high fees.
Fucking spam.
Yeah, like since the blocks are almost.
Oh yeah.
So to spam the network to the point of breaking, it's not too expensive now.
I thought something like that.
Yeah, it's getting a bit better. Like I've had payments go through pretty quickly today.
Yeah,
but,
same here. But it's costs more money.
We had it this week. Like we were sending payments to the pop machine, and then like 2 days later, I finally got the emails that they went through. And then Freddie's like, "Who's buying me beer in the middle of the day?"
Yeah, right. We're getting like we call them ghost beers, and it's just like all of a sudden the thing goes, "We have a beer." I'm like, "What? Free beer?" I go, "Bing," and it falls out. And I'm like, "This is amazing. Who's buying us beers right now?" Right? And we find out what it is. It's Alex's transactions going through like 2 days later. You know what I mean? It's just like, the fuck is that? But the thing is,
are you using the current update?
we're using That's a blockchain.io wallet, and we're using coin.io to scan it.
Yeah.
The API. So what we're doing is, right now, just so you all know, tangent, our buddy Taylor here is putting a full Raspberry Pi on there with a good chunk of memory. We're gonna have a Bitcoin node inside the machine,
Yeah.
so that it's got its own node. So we'll be like buried with it, and and not depending on APIs and stuff in the future.
He's also gonna make it cumulative too. So like the Pop machine will have a tab. So like when we load up our Jumbucks onto it, we can just like hit the button like 5 times and spit out 5 beers.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool. Because right now it's like you gotta pay, receive the beer, and then pay. And
Yeah, that's good because then you can bundle your transactions into one.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Let's get back on topic here.
Oh yeah, right. Back on topic.
Freddie, since you're so keen to talk, what do you think Bitcoin's gonna be next week?
Oh, well, I am pretty keen to talk. I had one of my buddies bought me a mocha today, and I'm just all jacked up. So I think we're going down. So what are we at right now? What's our present price? I can't see it.
We're at $277 US right now.
So I'm gonna say 250. What the heck?
All right, let me put a line there with your name on it.
Oh, that's nice.
250.
That's been my prediction too. You can put my name on that one too.
Okay, cool.
All right, easy enough.
Hopefully, we're gonna see a nice bounce off 250. No H, boom, you got it. No O, A-N.
And Jonathan.
T-H-A-N. No, never. T-H-A-N, yeah, there's usually 2 H's in there.
Nice.
Good enough.
We want to keep it short and sweet. All right, Ethan, what do you think, bud?
I don't know. I kind of want to say we're bullish still, because we had a pretty good bounce, it looks like. But I mean, you can always get wrecked again, so I'm not sure. But I'm gonna say bull. So what is it? Next week, 18.
So you can go 300. You think we're gonna cross 300 again?
We could. Yeah. So let's say.
Bitcoin, we could. I love it.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
That's how it goes.
I'm gonna guess 1870 Chinese yuans, which.
We could do the conversion.
Oh God,
1870.
Sorry.
I can't believe that.
That
Who's doing business in the yuan? We gotta.
I use OK coin, so it's easier for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
But what if the pair goes all crazy? Then what's your prediction then?
10,000. 10,000. Let's say.
Well, yeah, I guess 18. Then I gotta check 2 charts.
Oh, that's 300.
So 301 is what I converted it to.
Okay.
There you go. 301.
Yeah.
Okay, 301.
Interesting.
Maybe we'll keep fighting that resistance at 300. And
Ethan, what makes you so bullish?
I don't know. I mean, we've been bear for a year and a half now, or is it 2 years?
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah. So we are due for a reversal. Everyone is saying that we're bearish. So, it's a little bit of psychology too. If we go bull, then people are gonna get wrecked on their shorts, which means more money for the longs.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool. Okay, I get that. That's cool.
all right. Let's get the winner's opinion from last week here. Darren, what do you think?
I think look back down. I'll say
260. Okay.
Did you get what's his name's in there?
Yeah, I got Ethan.
Okay, good.
I'm just trying to clean this up again. I think it's my laptop's piece of shit. Anyway,
This is like a nice laptop.
it's not too bad. It's getting old. It's
Well, how
right.
many tabs do you open? Close all your extra tabs.
Oh yeah, that might be an issue.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, you said 260. Oh man, that's like right above Freddie here. Oh, I gotta move.
We can do some NXT predictions too. I'll throw mine in for NXT since we're still a little bit.
Yeah, we can do that. Last week we did Litecoin. Let's do an NXT prediction.
I have no idea.
Oh boy.
Boom. I'll tell you what I think NXT is gonna do, and then do the opposite, and you'll be good.
Coming from a trading fund manager, that's not what I want to hear.
Oh man, I'm only at 51% correct most of the time.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess. Jeez, you guys don't leave me much option. I probably might be right in the middle here somewhere. But I'm gonna go just above Darren at 270. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. 270. All right. And I'll just put my name on, and we'll save this beast. You guys can see Coinigy is a very powerful platform, and we're going to be doing some cool stuff with it in the future. Hopefully, I'll get a better skill. Maybe I'll plug in a mouse next time. Anyways, let's go over to our other market here, Bittrex.
Oh, Michael.
Michael at 310. Sorry about that. I'll get right back there. 310. Bam. Well, I think I'm kind of sad we're not doing price bets anymore, but at the same time, I'm happy. I think this makes it a lot more fun. All right. Did I have that spell right? All right. We got the bull over here. There's even more bull than Ethan. All right, guys. I'll tweet that out, and then we'll see who's going to be winning next week. So let's go over to Bittrex quickly here, and we'll take a look at a next chart. Maybe we'll just throw some numbers at it. Oh my God! Forget how the alphabet works. Here we go. Double check on our chat room, make sure anyone's. Yeah, we already got some people agreeing with Ethan.
Woo!
Yeah, but he might be the winner here. It's that confidence when he talks a bit with Chinese yuan. It's like, oh, he knows what he's doing. All right, let's get a long-term chart here. This is a 12-hour chart. Okay, so right now we're at about 4,000 satoshis, 45,000 satoshis. We've been kind of bouncing off this resistance after this last pump. But Jonathan, since you're the expert here, what is Next going to do?
I believe Next is going to sit around 4,500. What is it? A 1 week prediction or a 1 month prediction? What are we doing here?
We'll do a 1 week prediction.
Okay, I think we're going to be. We'll say, yeah, I've been following Next pretty intensely for a while. It has some consistency. Generally, we're sort of stuck in a 4,000, 6,000 sat range. I'm trying to think if we. I'm gonna say 4,900 next week. 4,900.
49.
5,000. We're gonna be around 5,000, I think, next week. I think it's gonna sit for a bit, and then I think it's move up a little bit.
All right. I guess I can go next here, but. All right. So I actually picked up a whack of Next at about 3,700.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That last move last time. Yeah.
Because after I saw it bounce off that resistance and kind of going here again, it looks like it kind of hit me right there. So I'm going to put some walls in, I think, at 4,000. So we're not going to get past those walls. I'm going to buy everyone's dumps.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to say 4,000 right on because everyone really wants to give me all their Next.
So you're locking some buy walls at 4,000. You're gonna keep buying.
Yeah, maybe. I might just be.
Here's the thing to consider. Here's what drives the next price. I'll throw this little thing in. When you have a big asset, some big asset hype, people buy a lot on Next, and that moves the price. And if you have a big IPO in Next, then it sells down because the person who raised the IPO usually has to sell their Next to do whatever they're gonna do. And so there's a few projects that are getting a lot of attention. They've already IPO'd, like Incendex and a few others. So I'm predicting it's going to move up because of that. And apparently because of your buy wall also now. We got two of those.
Exactly. So how many assets are there on Next right now? Do you know?
I mean, there's probably legitimate assets. There's probably 30 to 50 legit assets. There's probably hundreds that are, maybe even over 500 that are actually listed there, but
because when I look at the SuperNet Slack, there's 100 or 900 channels, or no, 170 channels. Not all of those are assets, but that's still a lot of conversations going on. There's almost we're getting close to. I think we have over 800 members. I think we're almost 900 members. When I joined, we were at 200, so it's there. Yeah, there's liquid right there. Only maybe 20% of those channels are asset channels, but yeah, there's about 30 to 50 good. And every time news comes out, right, things are happening, prices moving, and people are buying their Next. As a matter of fact, when SuperNet was
was raising. It made a big move. I think almost 7,000 sats, and then it went down from there as it does often. But
okay.
the whole asset exchange definitely does good for the volume.
Let's wrap this up, I guess. Do you guys want to put in a prediction on next from looking at that chart?
Fuck, I don't know, man.
Get a dartboard out. Throw your dart.
Yeah, seriously.
This is why we're not doing money anymore, Johnny King, because this is more fun just to say what's up and then see what happens.
I'm not doing it for money.
Well, of course you do, because you've won 3 times. I don't win ever, and I'm the one that has to chase everyone down. What do you think, Darren? What's it? Right now it's at about 4,600 Satoshis. And yeah, it kind of peaked recently at about 6,000. It kind of bounced off some resistance. But if what Jonathan's saying is true, it could be going up here with a couple IPOs.
Here. I'll go 5. I'll go in this area.
All right, we'll put so I'll add you to or Jonathan's just at 5 or 49, and I'll put you at 5.
I'll go 5-2.
5-2. Okay.
I don't care. I have no idea what I'm talking about whatsoever.
Now, how's my bet?
Perfect. Perfect analysis.
Totally.
All right, so I'll draw some random lines here and throw all your names, and we'll see.
So
But
is next mineable?
no, we covered this earlier.
I'm sorry. Fee-based, gotcha.
But you can run a node and then collect fees, right? Is that kind of how you can profit?
Yeah, you run it with collect fees, and there are also actually some couple of pools where you can mine other coins and then it automatically gets converted to next. Like multi-pools and stuff. Have you guys heard of that?
So
proof of stake coins oftentimes offer pools where you contribute the mining power of your machine. It'll mine whatever the most optimal altcoin is or whatever, and then it automatically converts it to that proof of stake coin, then sends you that proof of stake coin.
Oh yeah, Freddie, you actually got some miners going this week.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you guys if you guys had any recommendations for altcoins that I should be mining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and anyone in the Slack channel too.
Yeah, I mean right now we're doing Smart Coin.
Start
Coin. Sorry.
Start. Well, yeah, I saw Not So Fast tweeted about a mining pool that had no fees on Start or Dash this weekend or something.
Oh, interesting.
So I hope that's the pool that you're joining right now.
I didn't start. Or just doing Start.
Yeah, but who are you mining Start Coin through?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't do it. My brother did.
Okay, but we have like 3 other miners here, so I think we're gonna connect one to the Jumbucks multi-pool.
Yeah.
Give them some hash rate.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe we'll leave one for like a wild card. Maybe we'll let the public.
Ethereum. I'm holding off for Ethereum.
Oh yeah, you got.
Actually, they should be working. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do generate a lot of heat, and it's kind of summertime.
If not, well, maybe we'll rent them out to people or something.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we'll do mining rentals. I think that's kind of fun.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we're kind of wrapping up here, guys, unless you have suggestions for what to mine.
Can I interject here? Did anybody do anything with that Cryptsy mining pool thing? Was that another...
Recently? That was a recent...
Yeah, Cryptsy, they had some big hoopla on their latest mining shares or something, and they were selling where you could connect your own or you could buy their shares. And
yeah, I remember doing that back in the day. They had 2 mining contracts for sale.
No, there it is, Mincy. Yeah, at the top. See that Mincy?
Oh yeah.
Anyone look into that?
My opinion is buying shares and mining is not a good idea.
Yeah, that's in my experience too. I was just curious.
Like cloud mining.
Right now, I'm stuck with a bunch of gigahashes on Ghash or Gash.io or CX. And all I can really do now is redeem them for hardware. I can't. They're not mining them anymore. So I have gigahashes that are not profitable to be running, so they're not running them for me. So yeah, that's why. Heed warning, do not buy this thing that's on my screen right now. On that note, I think we could probably wrap up here. We've gone just about an hour, and I think that's phenomenal.
It was amazing.
And thanks again to our sponsors, Jumbucks and
Airbits and
Quadrica, and of course Coinigy.
Coinigy, of course,
yeah. Look for us in the future doing more cool stuff with them, and yeah, it's been a great show, great day.
Thanks, Jonathan, for joining us. It's great to see you.
Hey, good times, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. And Ethan, always good to see you, sir. We'll see you maybe.
Possibly, yeah. I think Ethan's going to be our regular guest.
Yeah, Ethan should be a regular. And if Jonathan, if you want to be regular too, like feel free. It's kind of nice to have you guys here. It's kind of a nice hangout, eh?
Yeah, I love Blocktalk. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
Look, this is great for me. Then my wife doesn't have to listen to me so much. I can talk to you guys. that really, like.
We're really a support group. We're just, anonymous.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Traders Anonymous.
All right, so that's it.
Yep.
We're out
Farewell.
here. Thanks, guys. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
5,000 blocks.
See you in another 1,000 blocks.
Yeah. All right.